What's going on, y'all? This is Brandon, aka the Port City Attorney. Today, we're going to be reacting to a video titled Internal Affairs Investigation, Officer Hinkle Fired. Figure out what this dude did. Let's get after it.
Give me use up your immediately.
First off, looks like he's directing traffic. It looks like there's potentially like some construction going on over here. So maybe he's directing traffic for that. I can't tell from this angle whether or not he's got blue lights on. That would make a difference, I would think, but he smacked the car. He's kind of mad. He wasn't in any sort of danger, but they didn't stop. I don't know if there's a stop sign up or what, but yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes from this point, because I potentially a traffic citation right here, but I have a feeling that he's going to take it a little bit farther than your typical traffic stop. Yeah, he big man. All right, so he was running lights. You know, whenever you see lights, you're supposed to get over, supposed to proceed with caution. It doesn't look like that driver was particularly paying attention. And so I understand, you know, why the encounter first happened. But again, I don't really know where this is going to go. But, you know, there is at least reasonable suspicion or probable cause to stop that vehicle, because it appears that they may have broken a traffic law.
Alpha 3, give me pull over! Pull in the parking lot! Pull in the parking lot! We're in this parking lot, right?
All right, buddy. You're at a 10. I need you to bring it down to about a 6.
Right now!
I'm so sorry.
Pull over!
Oh my gosh, please don't yell at me, sir.
Pull over now!
This reminds me of Super Troopers. He's like, we pulled over. Can't pull over any farther. We can't pull over any farther.
Oh my, is there someone else with you?
No, pull over, goddammit! I'm not repeating myself. Get out of the roadway and pull over.
All right, so I get that he's mad that she like disregarded the, you know, blue lights, traffic signal, whatever, you know, she's potentially violated. But who's controlling traffic now? Homeboy just left his post to yell at this woman. Interesting.
Turn the car off. Alpha 3, I'm already got 1 unit stopped. You need to get off here for traffic. License and registrations now. Did you not see this bright yellow vest standing in the middle of the street?
No, I did. I thought you were leaving.
No,
before.
this means stop. This means stop.
I didn't see that until I was already past.
And then you still drove by me.
I'm so sorry, sir. I didn't.
License and registration now.
Hold on. Sorry. Give me a second.
Yeah, so there's a level of professionalism that we like to see in police officers, right? You know, cops are regularly subjected to high stress, high pressure, you know, situations and environments. Although I would argue that directing traffic is probably about the most low stress that you can get. So while there's not, I don't think there's anything legally wrong with what he's doing. I'm assuming that there's some sort of a policy violation. You know, that I'm sure that department doesn't want their officers treating people like garbage. You know, the First Amendment allows you to act and say and do whatever you want without government regulation, but does not mean you can say whatever you want, even if the Geneva Convention says so otherwise.
No, license and registration now.
Okay.
You almost ran over an officer standing in the middle of the street.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize what was going on. That was very confusing.
It's a bright yellow jacket standing in the middle of the street. What don't you understand?
All the other cars were going.
No, they weren't. You were the only vehicle coming from that way. You almost ran me over in the middle of the street. Out of your car and stand next to the fender.
Sure.
Leave your purse in the car. Where do you work?
I work for a clothing company in California.
What are you doing here today?
I'm going to Target.
You're going to Target.
Yeah, to do a pickup.
What is such an important factor that me standing in the middle of the street,
Sir,
stopping you, and you try to run me over?
Sir, I swear.
And then you look.
Did she try to run you over? Or are you being a little bit dramatic? Okay, calm down. You're not on the set of Glee. Calm down.
I mean, you waved at me, and then you kept going anyway.
I swear I was not trying to run you over. I thought the cars were going.
I'm telling you to stop in the middle of the street, and you wave at me and keep going.
I saw your hand before, and it was too late to stop. And
No, it wasn't. You were doing 10 miles an hour, and you still drove by me.
I'm sorry.
You didn't even attempt to stop your car.
Sir,
You're lucky you're not in handcuffs right this second.
I'm very sorry, sir. I really.
Explain to me.
What would you charge her for? Attempted murder? Attempted assault with a deadly weapon? Get out of here. She wasn't trying to hit you. She was just driving. She thought that you waved her through. This dude's being a little bit outrageous.
My kids, why they don't have a dad a week before Christmas? Because you're trying to run somebody over.
Sir, I promise.
You see the bright lights flashing in the middle of the...
Here's the problem, right? The police have the ability to seize you as contemplated by the Fourth Amendment, right? So whenever you're stopped and you're otherwise not allowed to leave. So in this situation, he has ordered her to pull over, get out of the car, give his ID. For all intents and purposes, she is being detained right now. And so the major issue with this is that the officer is using his police power to detain this woman, to then otherwise berate her, yell at her, scream at her. And she's visibly shaken and crying. Obviously, this is not appropriate behavior. Like I said earlier, cops are put in situations all the time which require some de-escalation techniques. And this is, probably partly a product of, this officer and just how he is. He might be a high-strung guy, but it's also a product of departments not giving enough in-service training to their officers to help them cope or figure these sorts of things out. So the big problem is not that he's being mean, right? Because that's kind of what you would see in this video. Like, oh, he's just being a jerk. It is what it is. No, the problem is that he is using his power to detain this person under the auspices of being a government official, just to humiliate her. Because that's what he's doing. Him having kids and Christmas, none of that matters, right? So you're really teetering on, a deprivation of her civil rights. She's not allowed to leave, and she's just getting berated by this government official. Not okay at all. It might not be the worst thing in the world. She's not getting physically assaulted, but you can see, once you look at through the lens of, hey, this is a government official in his official capacity detaining this person just to try to humiliate them. That is a line that we have to draw.
Street, that means use caution. There's a cop out there. I got kids at home, and you almost ran me over a week before Christmas.
Sir, when I see a flashing yellow light.
It's not flashing, it's red and blue. That's a cop car standing in the middle of the street flashing lights.
I promise I was not.
No, it's not an accident. You're just being irresponsible. Street, and then waves at me and still tries to drive by me.
Like, bro, you didn't get hit, right?
On her, please, and make sure she's valid. What is it?
If I was his partner, I'd be like, why are you yelling at me, bro? I just got here.
I can't believe you.
Again, who's directing traffic at this point?
A week before Christmas, I almost get ran over.
All right?
Yeah. I got 2 kids at home waiting for me to come home tonight.
All right, so this is an accountability thing too, right? One of these officers, because the second one just pulled up, has to get him away from this situation. There's no reason for him to keep berating and yelling at her. He didn't even get hit, right? I mean, this is an accountability thing. If you see a fellow officer doing something that's inappropriate, you got to stop it.
Very sorry. I thought.
Sorry doesn't break it. You looked right at me and still decided to drive by me. No, you weren't. I was in the middle of the intersection. Yeah, shut. Emotional.
I had to stop it to get that last part. Emotionally, he's hurt. Listen, this is how stories change when it comes to officers. She clearly wasn't gunning for him, didn't swerve into him. She just drove through the light. So disregarding a traffic signal, disregarding blue lights is one thing, but he keeps saying to these new officers that come up, she tried to hit me. She tried to hit me. They think they're walking up on an attempted murder or an attempted assault with a deadly weapon against a government official. They think that something serious happened, whereas this guy just can't control his anger and is just being a tool.
You got a summons book? Would you mind filling this out for me? My hands are a little shaky right now. Failing to obey a signal of the officer. Reckless driving. See, this is why I was trying to direct traffic, because it's
Yeah, I asked the question 100 times. Who's directing traffic? Nobody. And it doesn't even sound like he was asked to direct traffic. He just pulled up and started doing it. This whole situation's a little bit weird.
Department coming out here or what?
yeah, they've been out. They had to pick up a part. They're going back to get a new part to fix the light. I was out here for 30 minutes
I
doing
heard
traffic.
you. Could you get so? Yeah.
30 minutes doing traffic and almost got ran over once. Everybody else, no problem, no problem.
Vehicle hit a dog and took off. Neighbor has camera footage.
Yeah, they've been saying that for 25 minutes now, so. Anytime you see flashing red and blue lights in the middle of the street, it means there's cops present.
What should I say?
No, stop talking, stop talking. And it means you need to pay attention because there's gonna be police officers out and about, okay? This bright yellow vest, it's very, very bright. It's neon yellow because it stands out, okay? I'm standing in the middle of the street telling you to stop. That means stop. I'm not waving hi, Merry Christmas. This means stop. Listen, this means stop, okay? When you see me do this and try to get your attention and stop you again, it doesn't mean wave back to me and keep driving by me. It doesn't mean that. I'm not waving Merry Christmas, keep driving.
I didn't see
Stop,
all of
stop.
this. I'm sorry.
Then what were you doing in your
I was
vehicle?
paying attention to the car.
Again, why are these other cops not there doing something, anything? He shouldn't be talking to her. If he's that worked up, I mean, come on, have some accountability.
Cars in front of me.
There were no cars in front of you. There were 0 cars in front of you. You were the only vehicle traveling on that road for 500 feet. There were no vehicles in front of you.
Okay.
No, there
Okay.
wasn't.
Okay. Okay.
Finally, a supervisor. I saw the chevrons, the sergeant rank on his jacket. Finally, a supervisor comes over and does something. Officers, you don't want a bad rap, right? Not all cops are bad, right? Not all cops are good. So if you want to not have a bad rap, you got to police your own.
She almost runs me over.
You need to calm yourself.
I could not agree more. You need to calm yourself. And you know what? Let's roll back the tape. I want to see how close, from what I remember, she was not the one that almost hit him. He almost hit her. He moved into her car, I'm pretty sure. So let's run this back. Let's watch it. Yeah, he travels into her direction, right? So he's watching, and he notices her and tries to say stop. Now, he's not directing traffic right there. There's no stop sign up. There's nothing like that. She just sees a cop, right? So yeah, you got to stop. You should slow down at least. He is signaling to her to stop, waving. But as you notice, if we roll the tape back like we're a Monday Night Football operation here, he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 shuffles, like 6 linebacker shuffles into the car. There was no, oh, she almost hit me. You almost got hit, bruh. So here's the thing. Yeah, like I said, it's not the worst thing ever, but obviously you don't want your officers acting like that. You don't want them losing their temper, losing their mind over something so, stuff happens. And I understand that cops get hit and struck and that construction workers get hit and struck all the time, and it's terrible, and accidents are preventable. And that should have been a learning moment, a teaching moment. But he used it to overexert his authority, which is why he was probably terminated, because none of that was okay. You detained a person just to kind of berate them and yell at them, and 2 other officers stood by and watched until a supervisor came. Got to do better, folks. All right, that's it. Let me know in the comments, do you think that he should have been fired for that, or was he justified in his anger? Thanks for coming by. We'll see you next time.